So yeah, basically, as I said, I moved to Greece 3 years, like a bit more than 3 years ago. And then also before that, I was working, and I also founded an organization in Tunisia, in my home country, which basically focuses on international exchange and international contact, etc. So I've been in this, in this environment of interculturalism, of people from different cultures and different countries for at least like 7-8 years. So most of my friends are from different cultures and different countries, and I really love that. That's something that I really, really care to have. When you work as when you are there as a staff member, so you're paid, it's a paid work, you're not really supposed to have any friendship or any relationship with your beneficiaries, which is what I was trying to do. But then once obviously I finished all of my work in Greece, I still had to be in touch with the people, because after all, we are doing humanitarian work, and it comes from humans, so you have to have that relationship. You can't help it. So I still have a lot of friends, and I do call them friends because they are. So I have a lot of friends from my beneficiaries and from different countries as well. And I'm also in contact with some of the families, because I worked a lot with children, and I was in touch with their families or their parents, etc. when they moved to other countries. Like a lot of the children that I worked with, I call them my children. They are now in Germany mainly, so I do get in touch with their families, etc. So yeah, Facebook, they use a lot social media, which is a good thing. And for example, they know your name, they know who you are, so even if they change, because I keep changing numbers and WhatsApp numbers and Facebook names, so even if they do change it, they still know who you are, and then they look for you and they add you, which is fine, because it's okay to have that closure, to like know where that person is, because I personally don't like it to be just like a phase in my life. You just have to know where that person is, and like how, if ever, you could help in their future life. Integration is a big topic, like one of the big topics, but then that's all. So like everybody's talking about integration, and like it sounds nice, like in the media and like events and stuff, it sounds nice, which is okay. But then and people are talking about a lot of projects or a lot of ways to integrate migrants or refugees in host countries, but then what I have seen is really, as I would say, like 2 to 5% of what people are talking about. So it's nice to talk, and you said that is it like about politicians? Yeah, politicians speak and talk, and like it's nice, it sounds nice to people, it sounds nice to hear themselves speaking about it, but then it depends on the community. So I wouldn't say friendship to start with. I would say mentalities, like changing mentalities, trying to change, because if the people who live in that host country do not accept people from different cultures, and here I'm not even talking only about refugees and migrants, so trust me, I'm also an immigrant. Like, I'm coming here, I'm not from the country where I live. I was also the same in Greece. So if people are not open and are not willing to accept the different, or the other human, as they used to say in Greece, then honestly we're not going anywhere with integration. The difficulties of in the face of integration, I would say, between someone maybe from Malta and someone from Syria who is a refugee, are first of all stereotypes, because you see a person, but then it's not only that, like, I'm looking at you, but it's not only Rania. You have a whole halo, like bubble around you with a lot of words, that I hear from media, from, I don't know, journals, from people, but I have never met you, and I've never met someone from your country, so I wouldn't know. But I know that there are all these stereotypes, so that's the first problem. And I would say also that maybe that refugee or that migrant might have the same about the local person. We're not only saying that, we are victims, and, the refugees are really, the victims, and then, no, because it's a human thing. Well, it's not really a human thing. It's just a societal thing. So everybody has their own stereotypes about the other, and that refugee in general might have an idea that the local person might not accept him just because of that, just because of the stereotypes. Because I'm a Muslim and you're a Christian, I look darker than you do, etc. So this is the first thing. And second thing, I don't really believe it's a challenge, because if you want to talk to someone you would, but as far as I saw, it's language. But as I said, it might be just an excuse from some people, but if you think about it, it actually is. So if you don't really know how to speak to that person, then there is no other way you could actually get to know them, and also just have that kind of spark or like relationship.